Oh, this is going to be interesting. All right. As soon as it can, it immediately gets back over. I love that behavior. Oh, I really wish it would get off the highway before it started slowing down. Dropped almost 20 miles an hour. Yep. I'm not going to do that in front of a police officer. All right. Good morning. Welcome back to another drive for work. Today's drive is a total of 200 miles. I am going to go all the way up north to a city called Fairview and then back down to Saginaw with a couple of stops in between. I left the house at 79%. I am projected to get to the supercharger at 36%. Wants me to charge there for about 20 minutes, and then I'll be able to get to my hotel at 14%. That sounds about right. We'll see how well that works out. I hope you enjoy the drive today. Traffic on this road is always pretty heavy. Exit or entrance ramp to the highway is coming up quickly. zero point 0.1 miles. I need to be in that lane. Car forces itself in. That's beautiful. Oh, this is going to be interesting. All right. That was a little student driver-ish. You're good now. You can step on the gas. I know that freaked you out, but I let the car do what the car was going to do. It's very cautious around that semi with the hazards on. So if I can explain what was going on. There was an entrance ramp that had to merge into this lane, and then there was that box truck in the fast lane beside the car. This car didn't increase its speed because it was at its max speed, so it couldn't thread the needle to get over. It tried, didn't realize that car was there, that box truck was there, so it slammed on the brakes. Now, it slammed on the brakes in such a way that the last car in that line couldn't get over here. So yeah, it was very student driver-ish. So if you didn't notice, that last car in the line got really upset with everyone and took the entrance lane all the way down as fast as it could. It wasn't very good decision making by this car. If I was driving manually, I probably would have sped up to get beyond the box truck, but the car couldn't do that because it was already going at its max speed. In that case, it should have slowed down and gotten behind the box truck. So the car set its max speed to 85, which is the max speed it will go in full self-driving. The speed limit here is 75. The car decides 85 is what it wants to do. I did bump it down to 82 because that's where I feel like the sweet spot is for driving on the highway as far as efficiency goes. But I'm also going to end up at the supercharger at 39% or something crazy like that. So I don't see a reason why I can't just burn the energy. So I put it back to 85. We'll see what happens. I'm fighting the urge to make the car get over into the slow lane, the driving lane, and get out of the passing lane. As long as no one's behind me, I'll let it do what it wants to do. And someone's coming up on me pretty quick, so I'll get out of this lane. As soon as it can, it immediately gets back over. I love that behavior. So this right here is why driving in the passing lane is not a good idea. Even though you think you're going fast, and thank you, I appreciate that. But even though you think you're going fast, and you are going faster than the speed limit, someone comes up behind you, you need to move. Oh, that was good. That was really good. Uh, it didn't wait to slow down. It saw the brake lights. Maybe it noticed that it was coming up pretty fast on these cars, and it slowed down on its own and didn't wait to the last second to mash the brakes. I appreciate that. My neck does too. Oh, I really wish it would get off the highway before it started slowing down. Dropped almost 20 miles an hour in front of the car that it just wedged itself in between, in front of. It's kind of like a I don't care about anyone else on the road thing. It's just like, this is my road and I'll do what I want. Thank you very much. Complete stop, creeping forward, clear, can go. Does it smooth and excellent. It should be in that lane. Okay, that's the wrong lane. Wonder what it's gonna try to do for this. Oh, there's a cop over there doing a U-turn. Yep, I'm not gonna do that in front of a police officer. So we'll just go in here and turn around and let that be that. Nice and gentle. I like that. Gets out of our way and immediately back up to speed. Even above, I like that. So we've got another blinking red light. There is a car behind me. I won't let the car be insane if it tries to be, like it's being. So I had to push the accelerator. Would be nice to give this car some room. Not gonna do it. It's very aggressive stopping. Could have started stopping earlier. It would have been fine. Excellent. This is good here. I will park there. Let the car do everything. Perfectly centered. All right. So today, well, that leg of the route was 5.7% more consumed than it expected. Took 36.5% of the battery. Let's see, staying below 70 miles an hour would have saved me 5.4%. Going uphill cost me 3.3%, but going downhill saved me 3.8%. That trip was 106 miles. We used 27 kilowatt hours, total of 256 watt hours per mile, which is about 4 miles per kilowatt hour. So that was an hour and 39 minutes of driving. I'll be back when we go to the next leg. All right, back at it. Just over an hour in there. I added a stop at Subway so I can get some lunch. I will eat that while the car is charging and call that my lunch break. Then we'll go on to the next place. I've got 42% battery. It claims I'll be at 38% when I get to the charger. And we're only like 11 minutes away. So let's get that done. I'll see how the car does getting me out of the parking lot. It's not doing very well. It should have turned there. I'll give it another chance. Nope, you can't do this. It was worth a shot. I'll give it another try now. There we go. It found it. Two cars coming from the right, nothing coming from the left. 1, 2, and we go. Perfect. "300 feet, Subway is on the left. We're in the right lane." I want to see this happen. Oh, it claims I'm here. Are you trying to park me here? You are trying to park me here. That's hilarious. Please don't be a one-way. And I'm going to park over there. Okay. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. All right, so the car has used 29 kilowatt hours, 114 miles in that. That Model Y just finished charging and took off. Let's see. We've driven 114 miles. It said it wanted me to stay here for about 20 minutes. We'll see what happens when I plug in. All right, let's do it. All right. The car only wanted me here for 10 minutes. I went ahead and ate, which of course meant that I overcharged. I'm now projected to get to the hotel at 27% instead of the 14 if I'd only stayed for the 10 minutes. So I'm back up to the 80% level. Let's go to the next facility. See if FSD can get me out of this parking lot. Oh, that's a curb. Yep, you hit that kind of hard. Okay. They got me out. Good to go. Can't complain about that. That was pretty good. And that was too aggressive. Exactly. The car ignored the tail lights that it saw in front of it, the brake lights. It knew that car was stopping. It could judge by visually seeing the brake lights. And oh, now that was good getting out of this right turn only lane early. I love that. But it could see that the distance between itself and the truck were closing way too fast, and it did nothing about it. And then it slammed on the brakes and threw up a warning. Not a good look. It would have been nice if it took that little exit, whatever ramp back there instead of staying in the lane to do the right turn. Would have given that truck behind me a little extra space to go around. Big farming equipment in the road. It can go around, but it's choosing to slow down. Now it's going around. All right, perfect. It doesn't need the warning when it's already created a solution to the problem that it saw. I don't need the beeping. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a horse and carriage up above this white car, in front of this white car. It'll go around. Will the Tesla follow suit? It did. Perfect. Plenty of space. A live animal needs more space. That's wonderful. Go around him. Go around him. Perfect. A little further would be nice, but that was good. I don't know why it's applying the brakes. If it started stopping a little earlier, it could have been complete regen on that. It did a very good job of going right back up to 55 miles an hour. Doing a very poor job of maintaining the 55 miles an hour. Pure regen. That's the way braking should be. Four-way stop. No one was there. It was good to go. I loved it. It's hard to believe that it's 40 here, but the car is doing 12 miles an hour over that. I don't get it. Either we're speeding or we're doing under the speed limit. There's no in between. It's got to find a median and stick to that. And no, someone's coming up on me really fast, so I'm going to bump up the speed. It didn't like that. He said it only took me down to 58. We should be able to touch that speed limit sign and pick the appropriate speed limit that it should be and have that reported directly to Tesla so that they can update their map data. Unprotected left, the stop sign stops, it's creeping, there are cars coming. Got 4 that I see, a couple from the right. I'm not going to be able to make any of that. Clear from the left, but there's cars on the right. It could go. You are going. Nice, assertive takeoff. I appreciate that. I'll make sure we get out of the cars way behind us, get up to speed. Perfect. Well done, car. Well done. Car did a very good job driving me here. See, that was 25 miles. We spent 5 kilowatt hours. Average 208 watt hours per mile. That's almost 5 miles per kilowatt hour. That was a 31-minute drive. I just clicked over 5,000 miles on the car. I'll see you guys when I get out of here. That was probably about an hour and a half. Says we'll get at the next facility at 3:17. Hopefully that will go nice and smoothly. That's usually a pretty good facility for me. Then I could hit the hotel by maybe 5 o'clock tonight. Let's see. We're sitting at 70%. I left the AC running while I was in there, and I've got extra energy. I might as well use it if I can. So everything is nice and cool in here. Let's see. We've got another 73 miles, hour and a half to go. Tesla's not going to get out of this parking lot without assistance, so I will get us to a good spot and then turn on full self-driving. Beautiful job. Always stop. Complete stop. Off we go. Perfect. Well done. And continuing the acceleration, even though that car was, or bus was in the way. In fact, it dove out of that lane and didn't hit the brakes or slow down or anything. That was a very good turn and acceleration and everything. All of that was great. It even sped up there. The speed limit changed to 45. It sped up on its own. I like to see that. Speed limit's changing again. It's 55. Are we going to stay at 50 though? This is the test. It never does anything correctly at 55 miles an hour. And no, we're just going to stay at 50. I'll let it do what it wants to do until someone comes up behind me. We're actually going to slow down from 49 now. 48. Why do you do this? I read somewhere that the Tesla is the most efficient at around 30 to 35 miles an hour. Is that maybe why it's trying to do that? Oh, back up to 50. It can't be anything to do with efficiency. The machine's just not that smart. Got a Jeep coming up, so we're going to add some juice. 50 and a 55. That car is pulling away from us. They were probably doing 55. I just can't go 5 under for an hour and a half. Now that's 7.5 miles behind. It's more than that because I would probably go 62. So it would be a good 10 to 12 miles behind, which 10 miles is a good chunk of time. So I'm going to step on it. Now, if I wasn't driving over 200 miles today, I probably wouldn't care. But when you're driving a long distance and you're going under the speed limit, it makes a difference on the complete trip. And again, get up to speed. Yeah, going 10 miles an hour less than what I would prefer, 12, and it's an hour and a half trip, would put an 18-mile gap between where I would arrive at 62 versus where I would arrive at 50. 12 miles is a lot. Well, 18 miles is what I said. That's a lot. All right, there's no one behind us. There's a blinking red light up here. We're going to see how the car behaves. I wonder if it's getting confused on these blinking red lights when there's multiple lanes going the same direction. Like if this was 2 lanes going straight and there were 2 lanes going the opposite direction, is that what confuses it? Because it took the first blinking red light that we hit completely fine. It was the second one where it got discombobulated. So always stop with a blinking red light. Perfectly stopped. Going, it doesn't have a problem with that one. I'm going to keep my eye on that, see if that's the case where it's multiple lanes that confuse it. Another horse and carriage. They're all over the place around here. Tesla's going to follow this car. Okay, perfect. All the way over. Even better. Don't spook the animal. I love it. Signaled the entire way through that maneuver. It was, wow. Chef's kiss. But going 47 is harsh. I actually took my foot off the accelerator at 55. It sped itself up to 60. That's impressive. Like it does have the memory of, oh, he wants to go like 62. The car in front of me is not going to let me do that. But 47, you guys can sound off in the comments if I'm being ridiculous about this, but I just can't see the time waste as worth it. Our slow friend is getting out of our way now. It would be nice to slow down sooner. Applied the brakes as well as the regen. That easily could have all been regen. See, this stuff right here is telling me that the car does know how to do a stop with only regen, except for the very end there. It thinks it's 35 on this road, which is wrong. So if I let go of the accelerator, it's going to slow down drastically. So I have to push it. I should just completely take over. I assume Tesla gets data like this, and the person was stepping on the accelerator for an extended period of time while full self-driving was activated. Let's look into that. I could deactivate and voice report, but I don't want to. There should be a way to voice report. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a command, just like open the glove box or open the butthole or whatever, that does an action that actually sends a bug report to Google or to Tesla and tells them the car is misbehaving while full self-driving was engaged. Come take a look at this timestamp. Cross traffic does not stop here. Full stop. Move up. No one, someone. So let's wait here a sec. The truck hauling a trailer is turning left. After that, we can go. Perfect. Perfectly done. Still not 35. I took my foot off the accelerator. Slowed down drastically, and this isn't for the stop sign. Cross traffic doesn't stop here. This is a busier intersection than the last one. Are we going to play games with the blinking red light? No, we did not. Wow, that was awesome. Car went before that car could take our spot. Man, that was beautiful. And back up to 60. I love it. So this is a temporary stoplight because the construction has the road down to one lane. Let's see how the Tesla handles this. It's got a lead car, so it should do it properly. All right, doesn't look like it's going to try to go around this car, which is good. This car, on the other hand, might just go. No, he was getting up to the stop here on red sign. All right, we're good. And as soon as that car goes, this one does too. I like the blinker back into the lane, but not getting out of. That's okay. $25, bro. Thank you. All right, so that was a 74-mile trip. Took an hour and 23 minutes, just as predicted, which is surprising because I was speeding the car up the majority of the time. Let's see, we used 219 watt hours per mile for that leg. And since we've charged, it was 216. That's pretty impressive. Since we've charged, it was 99 miles. Let's see, we've got, oh, we're done here. So let's get this off of here because I don't want to navigate right back to this place. All right, we've got another hour and a half, another 95 miles before we get to our hotel room. Apparently, I'm out of windshield wiper fluid too. That's crazy. I don't think I've used it that much. Whatever, I'll fill it up whenever I can. I probably have a good 45 minutes here, so I'll probably get to the hotel around 5:30 today. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, I'll see you guys in a sec. Right on track. I love it. So we've got 95 miles to go, an hour and a half of more driving. 48% battery now. It says I'll get there at 20%. There is a supercharger right across the street from the hotel. I will probably pull in there, do my reports for the day, and be done. Sounds beautylicious. See if the car can get us out of the parking lot. Should. It's pretty easy this time. It won't back up, so I've got to do that. Come on, dude. There we go. Gonna go? Gonna go? No? All right. Little tappy tap. There we go. You can go after this car. There we go. Perfecto. All right, we're all set here. It was another 95 miles, hour and a half. That leg was 245 watt hours per mile, which is just over 4 miles per kilowatt hour. Since we last charged, it was 194 miles, used 45 kilowatt hours, also about 4 miles per kilowatt hour. Let's see, I've got 5,172 miles on the car now. I arrived at 16%. I think it said I was going to arrive at 19, but I was going 85 the entire way. That's my day today. There's a charger right across the street, so I'll hit that up. I've got some work to do inside. Apparently the windshield washer fluid is low.